Noah versus Jake. Grixis Delver versus
This
Grixis
is a very
Taz.
New England legacy sort of deck.
I like
This
it.
is probably going to be nothing but foils, too.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't just roll up with this.
No.
This is a labor of love.
Remember, Team Card Hoarder, Noah Walker, 9-1. See if he can overcome everything that Jake is doing over here. Jake from State Farm.
So, Noah Walker cannot beat an Ensnaring Bridge game 1. An empty-handed Ensnaring Bridge is game.
Bolt you.
Yeah, you can bolt him out.
That is
so
out.
From Farrar side, pretty straightforward what he wants to do here.
Look at Noah Walker with the fancy ponders.
Maybe parlayed some of his tournament winnings.
One of the many Ultras booths here on the SCG Tour. I like it. All right, Noah's happy with the ponder. Let's go back over to Jake. Jake has an Ancient Tomb.
Busted. Busted.
Down to 18. That is a Demir Signet. Less busted.
All right, Noah. Well,
unclear what that could even mean.
it's bad news.
Yeah,
it's not random.
Doesn't strike you as fair.
It's not random,
Okay.
whatever's going on.
Noah Walker. Gonna sacrifice blue to Delta, go get an underground, so you know Wasteland Jet here. This is a young Pyromancer. And now we will go back over to Jake. See what Jake wants to do here on his second turn. He's already got access to 3 mana. He plays land, he's got access to 4 mana, so he's going to sacrifice a Flooded Strand, search up a land. There's Basic Island.
As predicted, just all foils.
Yep. You were on
A
it.
labor of love.
You were on it since day one. The follow-up here for Farrar. It's a Walking Ballista for 1.
Sweet.
It's a 1 of in his deck.
And I like here trying to play around days. Doesn't need to do it for 2 as long as he can keep the board relatively clear. He's got a big edge as the game proceeds.
I'd kill that thing, yeah. All right. Ballista will trade with young Pyromancer.
You can see Walker with days in hand.
Yep.
So very heads-up play there from Farrar.
Flooded Strand, young Pyromancer. Straightforward turn there for Noah. Let's go back over to Jake. It's Strixie, 4 of those in this deck. That'll resolve. Jake will draw a card. Baleful Strix really popular this weekend.
Yep.
Seen a lot of Baleful Strix decks.
Well, the opportunity cost is really low, and there are a lot of Gurmag anglers running around the joint.
Jake will take 2 from Ancient Tomb. This is a chalice for 1. Noah Walker is going to sacrifice his Flooded Strand very quickly.
The walls are already starting to close in a little bit here on Walker. Can't fight over this. Effectively, a lot of his draws are dead.
Bolts, Ponders, Brainstorms, Probe, Spell Pierces, Fork Bolt.
Delver, Deathrite Shaman.
That's a lot of cards.
That's a lot of cards.
That's Spell Pierce. That'll take care of the Chalice of the Void and yield Noah a Dylan Donegan Elemental token. This is a Lightning Bolt on Baleful Strix. How about another token? In there for 3. Young Pyromancer's getting rolling now.
And Walker may not be totally aware of 100% of what's going on with Farrar's deck, but I think he realizes that time is not on his side here.
No, I think the longer we go, the worse it gets.
Yeah. And so I appreciate just trying to beat down.
3 mana. Toxic Deluge. Force of Will. Exiling Daze. Another elemental token. So that's countered. Jake will pass a turn back. Noah Walker going to quickly untap and draw a card. In for 5. Farrar's down to 6. We'll go back over to Jake. He needs to get something set up here. Snaring Bridge going to be a little too slow right now, too.
It looks like Force of Will, Sword of the Meek, and Chalice in hand.
Not great. Probably doesn't want to use that Ancient Tomb again either. There's a Chalice. Here's a Brainstorm in response. Walker will draw a couple of cards here. Wasteland among them. Put 2 back. Now take care of it. Noah Walker's going to win game number 1 here over Jake Farrar. Grixis Delver very quickly up a game over Grixis Tezzeret. We want to see some fireworks here from Jake Farrar, which hopefully we'll have the opportunity to in game number 2, but we got to wait for that as these players do sideboards. So we'll take a quick break, then we'll go over their sideboards. We are back. Cedric Phillips, Patrick Sullivan. We're here in the booth getting ready to watch Noah Walker play game number 2 against Jake Farrar. Farrar will be on the play here for game 2 of this innovative Grixis Tezzeret deck. 4 Leyline of the Void, 2 Loadsome Golem, an Engineered Plague, a Walking Ballista, Toxic Deluge, a Misdirection, a Padim, Council of Innovation, a Trinisphere, a Chain of Mephistopheles, a Helm of Obedience, and the Abyss. I know you know all the inner workings here.
Yeah, I just don't know the card from Kaladesh, the Enchant Worlds I know. So
of course you do.
I would probably bring in the extra anti-Young Pyromancer stuff, which is the Engineered Plague, the Toxic Deluge, and the Walking Ballista. Once you're there, I think you could bring in the Abyss, and a Chains of Mephistopheles probably comes in against any deck that's flush with cantrips.
Other side of things, we got Noah Walker, who's got 3 Cabal Therapies, 2 Surgical Extraction, Pyroblast, Red Elemental Blast, Fork Bolt, March Casualties, Abrade, Ancient Grudge, Dismember, Pithy Needle, the Price of Progress, which is definitely good in this matchup, and a Flusterstorm.
Yeah, I like the price. I think you want the Needle, the Grudge, and the Abrade. Those are kind of your anti-artifact measures. I don't know if you want to go so deep as to bring in the blasts. I would imagine Noah wants to cut the Fork Bolt and the 4 Lightning Bolts, so that's 5 slots. Maybe that gives you enough room for the Red Blast too.
Well, those are the options there for both players. They'll be underway here in game number 2 in just a moment. Let's talk that StarCityGames.com weekly sale for the first time today, where you've got until tomorrow morning at 10:59 a.m. to save on 10% of select Eternal singles.
Yep, make sure to head back, Monday afternoon, because 11 o'clock Eastern time. The sale changes every week, so check out what the new sale is. Right now, limited time, as Cedric mentioned, only for about another 24 hours. You can get 10% off select Eternal singles at go.starcitygames.com/weekly sale.
All right, let's turn our attention to game number 2 here between Walker and Farrar. We got Noah Walker on Grixis Delver. We got Jake Farrar on Grixis Tezzeret. That's not a typo. It is a Tezzeret deck. We didn't get to see much in game number 1, but we are hoping for more here in game number 2 and potentially game number 3.
Do you know what Chains of Mephistopheles does?
I know you shouldn't cast Brainstorm when it's on the battlefield.
All right, that's pretty much it. You got it. I mean, there's some details.
Yeah, there are a lot of details that I don't know. It has a lot of text. There's a Polluted Delta. Go over to Walker. He's going to sacrifice a Flooded Strand. Underground Sea is the land he's going to search for. He's already tapping it for mana, so we could see a cantrip here. Maybe even the extremely powerful Deathrite Shaman. It'll be a Cabal Therapy. Good luck.
Yeah, I mean, he can pair it with Young Pyromancer, so even if it whiffs, it isn't that big of a deal. But
named Chalice of the Void. The whiff.
I think Chalice of the Void is a fine name in the dark.
Baleful Strix, Mox Diamond, Thopter Foundry, Toxic Deluge, Baleful Strix, Ancient Tomb. A little surprising not to see Mox Diamond on turn 1 into like a Baleful Strix on turn 1. A little surprised by that.
Well, you have the option to do that on the second turn if you're feeling so inclined. Casting the Baleful Strix on turn 1 it's not like getting ahead on that is a very powerful thing to be doing. And you may want to have a little bit more information about, what land to pitch if you draw a land the next turn.
There's Ancient Tomb. Here's Mox Diamond. Discarding City of Traders. Fair enough. And now sacrifice Polluted Delta.
I think there's an argument for doing what you suggested, because you might want to do the same thing on the second turn, and then, you're cantripping earlier, you're churning through your deck. But I don't mind the play of waiting one turn in the event that you draw a land that might be worse than your Ancient Tomb. And Farrar got paid off because that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, drew City of Traders.
It was kind of perfect.
There's Baleful Strix. To Walker we go. It's a Cabal Therapy. This one's probably going to hit. Named Baleful Strix. Dak Fade in the draw. Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
We are doing it.
Yes, we are.
Dak Faden on the screen, please.
Patrick making a request. No, Walker, I have to imagine that's a second land. There's Dak Faden. 3 mana, 3 loyalty. +1, target player draws 2 cards and discards 2 cards. No, it's target player that does that. -2, gain control of target artifact. -6, you get an emblem with whenever you cast a spell that targets 1 or more permanents. Gimme. Take that permanent.
Which is not exactly like Farrar is flush with cards that target. So it's not really about going the ultimate. I think it's more, he's got a lot of mismatched jumbly pieces, and drawing 2 and discarding 2 a turn is really good.
You understand that Dak Faden is the greatest thief in the multiverse. You know
I've heard.
That. You've heard that?
Whoa.
Yeah, Deathrite Shaman Cabal Therapy flashback. Yeah, see you later, Dak Faden. We're not having any of that happen.
Yep.
All right, Cabal
Walker
Therapies.
showing a lot of respect there for Dak Faden.
I think you should.
That's a painful therapy to flash back in that spot. But
let's see what the follow-up is here. All right, Thopter Foundry. Just waiting on a Sword of the Meek. Here's a Ponder. Take a look at the top couple. And he's going to shuffle. So, random card coming.
It's not like Walker's deck is all that well suited to play against something with a lot of artifacts. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's not like Legacy is flush with these artifact-heavy decks. But you look through the sideboard here, you got 1 Grudge and 1 Abrade. It might be a little short on interaction.
Big Fish. Big Fish not great in the face of Baleful Strix.
Thopter Foundry can also do some work here. It's a lot of time.
Saw Wasteland take care of the Ancient Tomb. Jake with the replacement Ancient Tomb. 2 mana. Chalice for 1. All right, not bad.
That makes it really hard to kill the Strix. And if the Strix is lined up against the Gurmag Angler successfully, then Farrar's got a lot of leverage as we get into the middle turns here. Again, much of Walker's deck shut off in the face of Chalice of the Void.
Wasteland again. And Walker, no interest in attacking. No surprise there. We'll go back over to Jake now.
One of Walker's best draws in this spot is his 1 sideboarded copy of Ancient Grudge, and you can see he's lacking both red and green mana right now.
Well, there's your Flooded Strand. So that'll solve a little bit of the problem.
Yeah, but it's not like he has a Taiga to go get, so he could cast the Shatter once, not a second time, as things currently stand. Mephistopheles. A little redundant now with the Chalice on 1, because that locks out the cantrips anyway. So the deal is, basically, if you draw beyond your draw step, you have to put a card back on top of your deck for each card beyond the first. All right, I'll read it off to you.
Break it down.
This is some good templating. Every time a player draws a card, that player must first discard a card from his or her hand. If there are no cards in player's hand, take top card from library and place it in the graveyard instead of drawing. This enchantment does not apply to the first card drawn by a player during the draw phase.
It's easy to understand.
I like that there are just words missing because they had to try to get it in 6 lines of text. So the font is really small, and also says take top card, which is not English. Legends is dope. Anytime I see someone that has a deck with a lot of Legends cards in it, I'm excited.
Oh, we found the problem solver. True Name Nemesis.
Yeah, True Name Nemesis.
It gets through all this rubbish.
So now the pressure's on Farrar here to resolve an Ensnaring Bridge. That's his cover against True Name Nemesis.
Some sort of Planeswalker, perhaps.
Some of his Planeswalkers can also overpower in this spot.
Yeah.
That's true.
Where is the greatest thief in the multiverse?
He's in the graveyard.
Oh, right. That's too bad.
Cabal Therapy.
Yeah, it wants to show up, though. You can't search for a Swamp and Flooded Strand. There we go.
Nope.
Try again. You can search for non-basic.
Yeah, I mean, he's clearly worried about getting Wastelanded again.
Oh, no, it wouldn't have a 3rd Wasteland. That'd be the luckiest thing of all time.
Does not apply.
Yeah.
Does not apply.
Yeah. Take top card.
Take top card.
See what we're going to have here. That is a Dimir Signet.
So I think the hope here, if Farrar can get to an Ensnaring Bridge, I think he wants to make sure that Walker can't daze it. If he trades with a Force of Will, whatever. Nothing you can do about that.
Okay.
Looks like Walker has just picked up one of his his 1 sideboard Abrade.
It's a good card.
Abrade's nice as it allows you to kill the Chalice, but the problem with blowing up the Chalice is most of what you unlock is your cantrips, and then the Chains of Mephistopheles has that covered.
Indeed. Well, here is Abrade on Baleful Strix.
And this is why Noah's deciding to go after the Baleful Strix here. There really isn't a whole lot to do getting rid of the Chalice.
Now he's going to come on in with Gurmag Angler and True Name Nemesis. Farrar's down to 10. Well, Jake, we got to draw something good here to stop him. Maybe this Ensnaring Bridge, perhaps? It's a oh boy. Force of Will? Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Forcible continues to be fan standing.
And Deluge for 5, one of the better things you can force.
I think it's part of the casting cost. You have to pay the life on Toxic Deluge.
Oh, yeah.
That makes it difficult. I'm going to sacrifice an artifact here to my Thopter Foundry. And make a blocker. Gain a little bit of life, make a blocker.
Yeah, you can chump the Angler here.
There we go. That's turn.
I'm a little surprised he got rid of the mana. I guess it depends what he's playing to, but I'd be more inclined to get to sacrifice the Chalice, I think.
Chains has got some stuff unlocked.
Because the Chains is covering that stuff.
There's an island. What is the card? I'm curious what the card is in his hand. Something I don't know. Hiya! I'm going to sacrifice Mox Diamond. Looking to block. Up to 4, down to 1. Come on, Bridge. Of the ensnaring variety. Not going to happen. Noah Walker going to win this match over Jake Farrar. 2-0. Grixis Delver is going to do it again. Going to take care of Grixis Tezzeret. And for Noah Walker, he's 10-1 now. He is one step closer to another top 8 with Grixis Delver, a deck we rarely see him lose with.
So,